that it's going to be much more easier. I mean, usually, I don't know how bad he is, but usually when dogs tell me, like, when people tell me that our dogs are like crazy at walking and they cannot walk and things like that, they pull, it takes like 10 minutes to get them to walk.
Okay.
Fine. Usually. So, it's not something that...
You laugh.
I laugh because I'm not comfortable walking him. And I am dreading when he is going away for business or something.
Yeah.
Because
No, I know.
when I've done that, like, it's 3 times a day where I'm like...
No, it should be pleasant for you to walk. Like, again, like, remember that every time like you're stressed, the dog
Yeah,
knows it.
for sure.
Yeah,
They can
yeah.
feel it and they feed off this energy.
Yeah.
Just generally not good.
Yeah.
But hopefully I can help you with that.
Yeah. No, he's very comfortable with that.
See, I'm being very I'm being strict. I put rules and then I make him follow. But I'm not being in any way mean to him.
No.
No. But your energy is also very different, I think. Or your energy is very
I'm calm, right? I
There's
don't
no
do
question.
extra movements.
No.
I'm very calm, consistent. But I'm not angry, mad, or being mean to him, or being excessively physical with him.
No, that's the
Right?
problem, because that he's like my eternal bad conscience, because I get so frustrated and like I don't do anything, but I feel so sad that I get so frustrated with him because he hasn't done anything and it's not his fault at all.
Yeah.
But I'm just like...
I know, it can be tough.
Yeah.
But you have to remember that it's just...
consistency.
Yeah, and you just lack the information. You just don't know what to do in that situation.
Yeah.
Like, I know what to do, and it's easier for me also to stay calm, right? Because I know what to do in the situation. When you don't know what to do in the situation, that's why you get frustrated.
Yeah,
because you don't know what to do, and what you do doesn't work.
No.
But that's why when we work through these situations, through the difficult situations, and then whenever we make a session, try to have the provocation stop out, in which situations does he react most, how can we provoke him most, so that when I am here, we have the hardest situations possible, so that I don't leave you alone, showing you like in a very calm environment.
In a cute way, and then you leave
then you're
him.
left with the real deal.
Yeah, that's very true. Great.
Okay, yeah. So, going back at the walking part, calm to go out, and then that I think I can foresee.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say I have to go from just walking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's pulling. What do? Do I just let him? Basically, what I have to do, or what I've been told to do, is you wait long enough for him to turn around and get back to you.
Yeah, well, he might never do that.
Never do that, because that will take 5 minutes.
Or he does it, he learned very quickly with me that he figured out that like, okay, I stop when he pulls, and then he turns around just enough for me to stop, like, to start moving again, and then we go again.
I mean, you can very slowly teach him using that method. Maybe you can teach him, maybe you can. Especially if the castration will go away, that will be even more difficult. He might not a single time look at you if he's not castrated and he is obsessed with smells like my dog.
No, he's not obsessed with smell. He's obsessed with being fast.
Also that, or if there are birds, Is he gonna ever turn around if there are birds around?
Yeah.
No. So, and is he gonna know that he has to still follow you if there are birds around, if you are using this method? No. Because you didn't teach him that.
No, yeah.
So, again, it's very difficult for me to tell you what you could do in these situations because, as long as you have the harness on, it's very difficult. I mean, for you, maybe I can make a dog walk nicely on a harness, but for you, it's practically impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Even for me, it would be a very tough task, to get the dog to walk, especially if the dog does not react well to treats. If the dog is good with treats, then you can use the treats a lot to get a behavior.
He loves food, but when he's out, he loves to be out.
Yeah.
No, it's more like the thought of being out, right?
That's right. It can also be the excitement level. He's so excited that he doesn't care about the food.
Yeah.
It can be that when we bring his excitement level down, he will respond better to food.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do you feed him?
2-3 times, depending.
Why so often? I mean, why so many times during the day?
Well, he gets lunch and dinner.
4 times.
Depends. He doesn't get lunch.
I have 3 to 4.
It's 3 to 4. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
So he gets breakfast and dinner, and then half a cup before going to sleep. Just because when he was a puppy, he had if he was not eating before sleeping, then he had a acid reflux in the morning.
Mhm.
And then sometimes lunch. But he has what is that? Half a
But
kilo.
does he live on a strict schedule that you feed him same time every day?
No, eat dinner and.
And when you say acid reflux, is it like yellow substance?
Yeah, the yellow, the foam.
But
Yeah.
do you know that he still has that?
No, sometimes.
Okay.
Very few times it does.
Have you talked to a vet about it?
Well, it was no, but
It's
it was
nothing-
happening. No, it was happening once every month or
Yeah.
so, and then it
But
was.
that's completely fine. What happens is just when the body expects to get food at a certain
Yeah, they
time,
prefer.
yeah, it irritates the stomach and they just vomit. That's normal.
So should we cut it to 2 times?
I would suggest to reduce the times. Again, first of all, the reason why we have different rules around food is to build value in the food. I saw that there is food around.
The girls' food,
Yeah.
their food is around all the time.
Does he ever eat it?
Yeah, once in a while, but only to flip us off. No, but that's so true. He doesn't care about it at all until we're not paying him attention or until you've told him off or something, and then suddenly he's like.
Okay.
I don't even think that he eats it. He just goes there with the nose.
To swallow it.
Yeah,
No,
to
he's
swallow it.
swallowing it.
But I would suggest you to remove any food from the floor.
Okay.
To build value in the food more.
Mhm.
So in a challenging environment we can use it. Also, if we will see after we do the first sessions, but if I'm gonna think that we're gonna need more food,
Mhm.
if he's not gonna eat very well outside, when he's calm, then we're also gonna make him fast a little bit. So maybe the day before the session or the 2 days before the session, he will not eat anything. So that when we are out, he's very hungry, and then using the food we can reward him for doing well.
Okay.
And again, there's nothing dangerous with him fasting for a couple.
No.
You're just creating incentive, I guess.
Yeah. And but otherwise, if he loves food, I think when he get his brain busy, he will take the food. Because as I said, very similar dog to mine, and I cannot imagine my dog not taking food.
No. I think it's a matter of having an understanding what is the point, right?
Yeah.
That the point is not going from A to B, but is enjoy the walk from A to B.
Enjoy the walk, and again, whatever you do, it's under your terms. Generally, everything that he does has to be under your terms, so that first of all, he, just like you said, he doesn't carry the burden of having to be in charge and responsible for everything. And that will allow him to go into this state where he is more calm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just be a dog. We talked about that before. It seems like he's so stressed out about being the boss all the time that
because also there are dogs that are naturally born to be leaders, right? And then there are dogs that are not born to be leaders. They are born to be followers, like the two there.
Yeah,
And try to, if you can treat those dogs in a way that they will think that they are the boss because you don't show yourself as a boss, and that will be very difficult for them because they're not born to do that.
No.
And that can create a lot of problems, and it does create a lot of problems for people.
Okay.
And the same with him. He's a very fun guy. And he is very friendly and things like that. But we have to just limit his emotions.
Yeah.
Put them a bit down.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put that.
You have to demand it from yourself.
Yeah.
I know sometimes it's difficult. Like, you want to pet him, you want to cuddle him. Like, I love dogs a lot, obviously. But I know that if I go to somebody's place or if I see a dog outside, I cannot always go and pet. Why? Because I will do damage to the dog and to the owner, I really want to, but I know I can't. I have to limit myself.
Yeah.
Okay. So for now, just when we are out, calm and try to avoid to stop every time that he pulls.
Yeah, at least, for example, if he wants to sniff there or something like that, and he pulls there, stop, make him make him not have tension on the leash.
Yeah.
And then you can say okay, and then he can go, and then
Yeah.
you follow if you want. Okay. So basically, you just explain to him, don't pull me there. Relax the leash, and you will get. That's that basically you will get.
Yes.
But again, these things will not. I'm not going to say that this is going to fix your walks.
No, I know.
I was about to say, because this sounds lovely.
Yeah.
But I know, is thinking right now that, I mean, that leash is tight before he's out the door.
Well, the problem is another one, that is that I don't have the patience to do that.
Yeah, that's a whole different problem.
That's a different story.
That's very.
I mean, that's the other part. But I mean, for me, when I go out walk, it's not a pleasure walk. I mean, even if I go by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you want to reach the goal, the goal of having a walk that you want to enjoy, doesn't matter whether it's from A to B, but generally, you know that wherever you're going, you can calmly have your dog around you, and it's not going to cause you stress. Then you have to work on your patience.
Yeah, but that's the main problem. I mean, I will time how long it takes me to go to the store center.
And you can see also.
So, and that's the same that he got, right? The fact that it's always going as fast as you can.
But the goal with the slip lead, I don't know where. Sorry, I was not here. I don't know where you landed on that. But that can be to walk him on a harness, I guess, right? Or not? Is that
the
just?
Slip lead is only a tool of communication. It's effective.
Yeah.
But the way we're working with him is, he walks basically with the leash around his neck.
Yeah.
Like this.
That's tight.
Like this.
Yeah.
So, am I holding him physically when he's walking? We're walking like this. No.
Yeah.
This is only if he will do something. Let's say he goes there. I tell him no. That's the only thing that the leash is there. So he basically does not have any physical control over him. In the beginning, he will in the first days.
Yeah.
The idea is that our goal is to walk like this all the time.
Yeah.
And only in certain situations when he tries to run after a bird, we tell him no.
So you walk your dog on the slip lead now? Or is it just a means to learn?
I walk him all the time on a slip lead. I only use a slip lead.
Okay.
But I can walk my dog on a harness. But 90% of the time I walk my dog off the leash, but under control.
Sure. Yeah.
It's not like off the leash and then he does whatever he wants. No.
Okay.
Okay. He walks just beside me, and then I can tell him, for example, go, walk, sniff, whatever you want.
That could be let's say from here to the forest, or from a place where I can
then you let him go.
And let him go. Okay.
But this thing is also important when you let him go. So when you come, for example, to the forest and you just let him go and go do whatever you want, you lose control. Also not so good. You want to give him freedom, but during this time you want to explain to him that you still control him, and that you still can demand him also in the forest to walk beside you.
Yeah.
So this kind of generalizes the idea that he has to be calm, and you can demand this calmness from him. But if you go to a forest and just let him free, all this time he's free, he's building up his self-confidence and independence. And that is good to a certain extent, but everything has to be dosed correctly in order for him to be under control when you need it.
Yeah.
So of course you give him freedom, but at the same time you can interact with him. You can walk. He can like run around, and then you can call him and ask him to walk with you for 30 seconds, and then you again let him go. And then you again call him, you play with him, you again let him go.
Yeah.
Or you can.
I mean, that's something that somehow he already does.
No.
I think it does.
You get so nervous. I'm sorry, if you guys are gonna walk together, walking with you when he's off the leash, if like another dog, if he sees
that's in the Inventus Park where there is a lot of dogs. If it's down here, it's different.
If he sees another dog, he doesn't like go looking for them, but you get super nervous of which kind of dog, a female, male, so your head is so like far ahead. I'm sorry, I know it's gonna be a fight as soon as he leaves, but like so, and you get so nervous, and he starts running, and he's calling and all of this, and it's such a like.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Clusterfuck.
And I need to know these things. Like, there's no reason to like argue about it.
No.
Really, because first of all, again, like I said, it's only going to create. Like, I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm not going to judge you or you. I'm really here just to help you, and you have to be honest with me. For example, why do you feel uncomfortable with certain dogs? Is there a reason for it?
Well, let's say that there have been some cases where they ended up in a fight.
Okay, did he initiate, or did you know who initiated?
I think when he was a puppy, it was mostly the other ones. There are dogs that just don't like the fact that he runs around, because they start especially hurting dogs, right? Then they don't like the fact that he's faster, and then he became a bit scared of that, because every time then you can see that he's very cautious the way that they approach the rest. But there was some cases where there's been like dogs just out of the blue running into. He prefers to be alone, basically. He's not. He's very happy to be alone in a park or something. But there have been cases where he just runs, and then you get this angry dog that comes because basically he's just running, and they see him as a prey.
Yeah.
And he only interacts by running. Really, he doesn't like go over and do the whole. Very rarely does the whole sniffing and.
Yeah. He just goes there and runs around and.
Right. Yeah, and see, that's also a thing. You completely lose control over the situation. You give him the freedom, and you know that he's not comfortable in that situation. If he doesn't know how to properly react, how is socialization with dogs and things like that. But you put this burden on him. You give him the freedom, and then he's on his own. He doesn't feel your support.
Yeah.
As a leader, as a one who will give him protection.
Yeah.
And he has to.
So that will mean when we are out to start calling him back a bit more often.
Not necessarily. We can also. I have to see the situation to know, because maybe you are saying something, but you don't see the cues that I will see in him, and then I will say, this is not the case. Maybe he's like reacting like this because of this and things like that. So. But first thing we will do is I will bring my dog one day, and then we will see how he's reacting with my dog and how he tries to communicate with him. We'll see his social skills, and then we'll go from there. But just generally, when you give him freedom, don't just go do whatever you want, run, go crazy. And you do that first in an environment where there are no dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, if there is a dog and you can call him off, if you can just before he even goes there, you can call him and he will come, then you can do that. But it's also important for him to, because there can be another dog that is off the leash as well, right?
Yes.
And if they run to him, and then you start stressing because you're not sure how he's going to react and things like that. I can also show you how to control other dogs. You can do this body blocking and things like that. For example, if I walk with my dog, and there is somebody walking like this, but on a long leash. So the dog is like walking like that, right?
Yeah.
They don't have control over the dog, and the dog can come from behind to my dog. But we're not interacting with them, we're just going. And I have to be the one ensuring that nobody approaches him from the rear, because he has a job to do. And if there is somebody here, he's going to first of all react. Right? It's not good generally when he turns around and sees somebody is standing, as if somebody is like standing behind you, and you turn around and you get shocked, right? Because you don't expect something. So it's my job to control also other people's dogs for the sake of my dog.
Yes.
And I can show you, if we get into like this situation, how you can do that. But of course, first he has to have trust in you. He has to understand that even if there is like somebody approaching, you are calm.
Yeah, but that's normal. If there is some situation where he gets worried, then he comes back.
Yeah.
He's not one that it goes away when he's scared.
Yeah. No. But we kind of also want him to be able to deal with it under your supervision, where you kind of explain to him how to behave in different situations. But we have to first see.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't have any incontinence, or he's socially perfectly fine. And
Okay.
And it's just the situation. When you give him too much freedom, he just gets out of control and he cannot handle it, and that can be just it.
Yeah.
And then when we just put a little bit control, then he will be fine.
Yeah.
Because if he runs to a dog, then the dog is going to be intimidated.
Yeah.
He has
Yeah.
to know that you cannot just smash
No,
into a dog.
no.
You know, it can create suspicion in the other dog. Why are you running? And that can start a fight.
Yeah.
So you have to again approach other beings with respect. You know,
Yeah.
see their, follow their